on the land on which we meet, and acknowledge that with hope that it's in this term of Parliament that we may have a voice to Parliament and accept the Uluru Statement from the heart. And in fact, I wear with pride the pin to symbolise my support for it. Thank you, Spencer and Fiona and everyone here, and everyone from the Accountability Roundtable for the incredible honour that I was nominated, but also for this award. I acknowledge Cathy McGowan here, who received it, I believe, in 2019 as well, for integrity. And she is, like many of my fellow independents, we represent communities who want to see politics done differently. For us, and for myself, a big motivator in coming to Parliament and picking politics as a new career, third career for me, was to pull back the curtain on what happens in Parliament. Too often the Australian public is asked to vote and then left in the dark for 3 years and asked to come back and support again 3 years later, without genuinely being brought into the decision making, brought into the process of government, of how decisions are made that will impact their lives. One of the things I often say to young women in particular who are traditionally a bit disillusioned and disengaged with politics is that if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Decisions are being made in this place that very much impact your life, and you need to participate. Democracy is a participatory process. You have to be part of it. Interestingly, like Andrew, I do love my sport, and I was always very particular about liking fairness of sport. I can accept the outcome of an event. I know there will be winners and losers, but what has always really mattered to me has been how you play the game, and that there are clear and fair rules in how the process is done. And so it was quite shocking for me to come to Parliament, having been a barrister for over 10 years, where your practice and your rules are very much dictated by your code of conduct, ethics rules, and a very clear sense of what needs to be done to uphold respect and a sense of confidence in the justice system and our process. And so it was quite surprising to come to Canberra to find that there was no code of conduct for MPs and their staff. There is a ministerial code, but it fluctuates depending on who's in government and really the whim of the Prime Minister. And so for me, it was quite surprising that there was no code of conduct in place. Just as there was no truth in political advertising legislation, which was again an incredible shock to me in 2019 to find out that those kind of rules that are in place for the day-to-day lives of businesses and services are not there for politics. Ironically, the one area of decision-making that will ultimately determine so much more. So it was in the last Parliament a great honour to represent the people of Warringah, my community, and to work with fellow independents and from both sides of political parties in the Parliament around increasing awareness for climate action, increasing the awareness around integrity and supporting Helen Haynes' push for the Federal Integrity Commission, presenting legislation for truth in political advertising, pushing for a climate change bill to legislate a clear framework. These are all things that communities want to see happen. They want to see better politics in this place, and I think it's an incredible honour to be recognised amongst so many luminaries and so many who have come. And I guess I can only say that I remain incredibly dedicated to advancing integrity and honesty and accountability of government and decision making in this place. Thank you.